afternoon, one and all. I think all my fellow mates have set a stage where I can now incorporate the intricacies of design and I can discuss with you building physics and mechanisms that work in incorporating wellness into your built up. So, thanks to all of you. Kudos to your spirit. And yes, thank you for giving us this platform to share our design insight. I'll just share across my screen. The source of light is sun. And in order to understand how buildings operate, we need to have a better understanding of how building physics works with the movement of the sun with respect to built up. So we have to understand form and orientation. For whichever piece of land we are planning to build, we need to understand that the sun moves from east to west through south. We need to understand the sun path diagram in summers and winters. And only with appropriate sun angles, we can then plan the form and orientation of different built-ups within our site, and also different punctures or fenestration through which we let the ingress of the sunlight. Now we'll be discussing about building shapes. So glare-free lighting in summers, in order to negate the negative wind pressure in and around our built-up, it's very important to have a staggered layout so that it helps to accentuate the wind movement. And we not only have a wind movement that has positive pressure, but also this wind movement channelizes cross ventilation within the build-up that we have planned. Then in order to maximize mutual shading through different built forms, we should really closely packed forms. Rather, we should have an arrangement where the building height is kept with respect to the minimal ratio as compared to the street, and also landscaping in and around these built-ups should be planned accordingly. Second is minimizing the surfaces to volume ratio for extreme climates, because in extreme climates, there is a tendency to have extremities with respect to the surfaces that are exposed to these climates, be it peak summers of composite climatic condition like Delhi, or peak winters of hot and cold climatic conditions of Leh Ladakh. So in order to incorporate the positivities of all these climatic conditions that India is blessed with, it is advised to go ahead with the minimum surfaces to volume ratio in extreme climatic conditions. Similarly, with respect to, instead of conventional roofs, by providing insulation in accordance with the climatic condition of the place, where in extremities, the sunlight is reflected and the indoor air temperature is kept as per the comfort of the occupant. As an occupant within the building, you require 3 types of comfort, which is thermal, with respect to your temperatures, visual, because if it is not aesthetically pleasing to you, you won't enjoy, and acoustic. Yes, if the noise pollution is not curbed within a built-up, you certainly as an occupant will not enjoy the experience within a building. You'll have either a sick building syndrome, or you will not be able to accommodate with respect to intricacies of design. Then we discuss about the penetration of light in the fenestration. This completely depends on the kind of and the quality of glass that you opt for. So there are glasses with high energy efficiency, having certain amount of visual light transmittance in them, having a solar heat gain coefficient in them. Through the properties of glass, we can also decide what will be the kind of environment that will be created inside the building. Similarly, glasses, when used in accordance with the climatic condition, can help elevate the building experience. Entire built-up that we are planning, it is very important to create insulation in accordance with the climatic zone where it is created. For the geography of India, we have 5 climatic zones in the moment for, as per the National Building Code. So for every building that is designed in a particular climatic condition, it is of prime importance for every designer, architect, and that integrated team of experts that is involved in designing to have insulation in accordance with that. Now I'll be discussing penetration of daylight within a building. The orientation and form certainly affects daylight, and so does the provision of external and internal light shells. I have just diagrammatically represented placement of different shells at different heights and how then the sun angle is helping to light up your space. And in a way, we are utilizing the day lighting to create task lighting within the built up, in and around the built up. So we should have plantation for funneling wind to the building. The entrance to the building should have vegetation which incorporates positive wind pressure towards the designed fenestration. Then evergreen trees that are spaced at distance should be towards the east walls, and the evergreen trees which are closely spaced should also be towards the west walls. And towards the south, where the movement of the sun will happen, we should have creepers, we should have small shrubs, and also towards the extreme ends, we should have deciduous trees, so that in winters, when they shed all their leaves, the sunlight can penetrate and the spaces can have warmth, natural warmth. This is depiction of creepers having flexible shading devices within the built environment or towards balconies and corners in order to enhance the experience of end user, because green is the most pleasing color to human eyes. And I think today, in today's day and time, all the wellness centers and hotels, boutiques, resorts, they are trying to incorporate natural vegetation to the maximum level within their built-ups. Again, we are discussing on the deciduous trees and the arrangement around winter and summers, and the beauty of deciduous trees that they come with is during summers, they're all lush green, and the penetration of harsh sun rays is inhibited by them. But in winters, they shed their leaves and welcome the warmth of the sun inside our built-up. Considering the intricacies of time, I have just stuck with a couple of concepts that I apply to my designs. I'm sharing across my email ID and phone number for your reference. You can reach out for more details, and if you want to discuss something, I'll be really happy.